Hi everyone, my name is Austin Zollner and I will be just giving you a brief introduction to Google Calendar versus Microsoft Hotmail. And I will briefly teach you how to create a new Google Calendar. So this is the month view for Google Calendar. You can see there are different colored icons for each event within a given day. And over here we have a smaller version of the month where you can quickly scan to find the month you were looking for. Same thing with Microsoft Outlook. They have that smaller calendar on the left-hand side, and they have an overview of the whole month here in the center. There's some pros with Microsoft Calendar versus Google Calendar. There's a work week option, so it lets you scroll by Monday through Friday sections, so just showing work week after work week. There are charms as well, which are these little sort of emoji icons that you can use to assign to a given event. So I was flying out of Minneapolis with Delta, so there was a little airplane icon and I was receiving a package from UPS, so there was a little truck icon next to that one, and they do pre-populate with those, but you can assign different ones as well. You can also select weather of various locations, so on a given day you could see the weather of multiple locations as well. And there's an easy one button touch to add a new calendar simply by hitting the Add Calendar button right here. However, there are a few cons. The work week hides the weekend calendar view as you scroll through the weeks, so you are going to be missing those chunks of the Saturdays and Sundays. When I was making this slideshow, the Add New Calendar function was not working. There was no drop-down menu or anything else. So there might be some technical, some logistical errors on Microsoft's end. When hitting the Today button, also if you're looking like a month or a few weeks out or a day even, if you hit the Today button, the calendar doesn't jump back to the current day. So I do think they might need to update their software. And overall, it's just a very clunky program. However, with Google Calendar, it's very easy navigation. You can color code everything from the calendars to the events really easily. You can also integrate Google Meet links simply by one click when you're creating an event. It's overall a super intuitive program. You can sync it across different devices simply by logging onto and downloading the Google Calendar app. And these calendars can be shared with others, especially in the Google community with the Gmail account, super easily. However, there are a few cons. There's no work week option. You can scroll by 4 days at a time, which essentially does the same thing while also giving you a weekend overview. And there's a little small barrier of entry to creating Google accounts, but most email providers have some sort of hoop to jump through. And then there are no charms. You can't designate icons for certain events, but you can color code it, and overall they're all about simplicity. So I'll quickly teach you how to create a Google Calendar. So once you have Google Calendar up, you're going to look in the lower left-hand side, and you're going to find where it says Other Calendars. You're going to hit the plus icon to the right of Other Calendars. Once you do that, it's going to bring a drop-down menu, and you're going to click Create New Calendar. Then you have some options here. I highly suggest adding a name and possibly a description, but specifically a name would be the best thing to add, as well as the time zone for actual using of this calendar with, you want to make sure that the times are accurate with the time zones. Then all you do is you hit the blue Create Calendar button at the bottom in that center. And then once the calendar is created, so I did one for Fort Hays State University, when you click on the 3 dots to the right of the calendar, you'll have a couple options. You can change the color very easily or add a different one. You can also choose to display only this calendar. You can hide it from the list if you created a calendar that you no longer use. And then you can jump back to the settings and sharing as well. You can share these calendars with other people so they can see it on their Google Calendar as well. So overall, Google does their best to simplify the calendar process. Again, it's a very intuitive program. It just takes a little bit of unguided investigation, and you can really discover some really cool features. So I do want to give a shout out to Slides Carnival. This was one of the templates I used, and they do some really great work over there. So thank you. Again, I'm Austin Zollner, and I'll provide my contact information if you have any questions in the video description. Thanks.